Welcome to the PSNORKIS podcast, a show with real topics discussed by real people with real opinions and tempered with a real sense of humour. Now here are your two PSNORKISers. Or is it PSNORKI? Screw it. Here are your hosts, Dr. Myke and The Madman.
Greetings, our fellow PSNORKI. It is your two PSNORKISes. They're both right. If you have two, they're PSNORKISes. If it's more than two, it's PSNORKI.
And here we are, PSNORKISes.
We are PSNORKISes.
Yeah, I like that.
And believe me, I've been called worse, so but I'll settle for PSNORKIS.
That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Welcome to another edition of the PSNORKIS podcast.
Yeah, man.
I am one of your hosts. Of course, I'm the Madman. Sitting next to me is my buddy Doc. Dr. Myke. What's happening, Doc?
Madman.
Yep.
That's a madman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been, and I had a week of being madman, angry man, pissed off man, call it whatever you want.
I want to tap into that. I want some rants.
Oh.
The world wants rants. Trust me. They want rants. They want to know what's going on up there. Yeah? No? All right.
Well,
one day.
Oh, well, some things I can, some things I can't.
Yeah. Well, they make a bleep button, so they can bleep out everything that...
Oh, it's not even the language. I don't give a about that.
Oh, jeez.
That's our first beep.
There we go. And just like that, I got homework.
But my problem is I tend to name names. And
that's bad.
That part's bad.
No naming. Welcome to our worldwide audience. What do you think? Isn't
How
that
about
awesome?
that? That's cool. We found out that people are listening all over the world.
It's crazy.
That is really cool.
Yeah, man.
I really didn't think it was going to get like that. I didn't.
Yeah. Sky's the limit. Flat sky. Sorry.
Flat
sky's the limit.
On the flat earth.
Yeah, man. Good things happening. Lots of good things. I'm going to do a quick shout out to Legacy Coffee because on their website now with a special code podcast, get 10% off all your merchandise. They just updated all of their wildlife mugs. There's 150 new mugs out there that all donate to wildlife with a purchase of any of the mugs. They're super awesome.
I'm
Check
okay
them
with
out.
That.
There's tons of animals out on. Check them out. Go to legacybrewing.shop and buy a mug. Just saying. And
then get some coffee to go in it.
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
I mean, what good's the mug? Some people collect mugs.
Some people do collect.
Some
mugs.
people collect mugs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. But
I don't either. I collect Star Wars helmets, as you see behind you there.
Collection's growing, man. I like it. It's good. Like, I don't like them at the back of me, but
why does it feel like you're being stared at from behind?
Feels like
that's our audience.
Yeah, yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. You know what
we
I
have
wonder?
Darth Vader, a stormtrooper, and the Mandalorian.
I can't wait for those.
And the clone trooper's coming.
Yeah. I can't wait for that to keep going. Mandalorian, can't wait. I'm waiting.
I know.
And that lineup coming out, awesome.
And how about the Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah, dude, I can't wait.
Did
you see the trailer for that?
Good. I haven't yet. I haven't yet.
Brace yourself.
No, it's going to be good.
Yeah, good things.
Yeah.
I like it. I can't wait. But lots of lineup. There's lots of things we have to watch and we have to talk about. We need homework assignments. That's what we need.
Oh, yeah, we can do that, like different things to watch, although it depends. There's some movies that you like that and things like that. I'm just like, I'm not going to find it interesting. It is not my style.
What do you mean? Well, what's your style? Let me hear your style. What's a good Madman movie style? Musical?
Actually?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Hello, grew up in theater. It's fabulous.
But is that your go-to?
No,
okay.
not my go-to.
How about you and PD date night?
But I do like some musical. But again,
everyone.
I mean, Mamma Mia.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
It was awesome. You did not see Mamma Mia?
That's the one I did not see.
Dude, it's all music of ABBA.
Yeah. Oh, you like ABBA?
I do like ABBA.
We were just talking about ABBA.
Yeah, they're a great group. Going on tour again. And it's going to be kind of funky and cool. But, I like, you didn't, no, Mamma Mia, you got to see that. If you like ABBA, that's funny. And the cast.
I heard the cast.
Dude, the cast was phenomenal.
It's the one I didn't see.
Yeah, you got to see it.
I've seen a lot.
Because it's good and it's fun.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Pierce Brosnan singing, dude, that's funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That is kind of funny.
Yep.
But is that your go-to, like you and PD date night? What's a typical Madman and PD date night movie? Yeah, it's not
whatever.
musical,
Whatever.
right?
No. I mean, it can just whatever movie we see a trailer for. Oh, that looks good. I mean, Nobody. I saw Nobody recently.
Oh, you told me about that.
Dude, that was great.
Yeah, I didn't see that yet.
Did you ever watch? Breaking Bad.
Of course. Yeah.
Do you remember the lawyer Saul?
Yeah. Better Call Saul.
Right, and then Better Call Saul.
That was a great series too.
He's the guy that's in that movie.
Oh, that's right.
He's the one that stars in that movie.
That's why I think I might like it.
And it was written by and is in the John Wick family. I found out now, when you see the movie and you see what happened and everything's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Well, did you notice that
makes
after the one taping here, John Wick 3 was on in the background, and I got sucked in. I started watching. Remember?
Yeah.
It was the end of 2 and the beginning of 3 or something like that.
Parabellum.
Yeah, and I got sucked. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to watch these.
Yeah, you have to see them.
I
Because
will.
4 is in the works.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
4
see
is
it.
in the works.
I'll bite it and I'll see it. I will, but then you have to watch some of the things I say. Like,
I mean, and I will with some. I mean, and you're right. There are some, but I'll just look at going, oh God, I would never go to see this, or I would never rent this, or I would never.
But some of those are the best ones. The ones that you say, I would never watch that, and then you watch it, and you're like, you know what? That was awesome.
There was one a guy at work had on DVD. It was called Don't Breathe.
Wait, did I see that? Wait a minute. Don't Breathe.
It's not horror per se.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else. Nope, I didn't see that.
But it is like, these people break into the wrong house. They think this poor old blind guy is going to be an easy target.
I did see the trailer for that.
Well, now there's a second one now, though.
Okay, maybe
there's
I saw
a second one. Don't Breathe 2, and I haven't seen that yet, too.
But the first one's good? Oh. Really? The blind guy kicks some butt?
He messes them up big time.
Wow.
He knows his house and everything inside and out, and he just puts them in his world, and he just owns them.
Yeah.
And it is awesome. And it's so bad, you almost start to feel sorry.
Really?
for these idiots that broke in there. But at the same time, me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, they had it coming. I got no problem with that.
Yeah. Too bad he can't see that how bad it's messing him up.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure.
He knows, right?
Yeah.
That makes me want to watch old Kung Fu movies. You ever watch old Kung Fu?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Good stuff. You ever hear Ong Bak? You ever hear that one? Oh,
no. I'm not familiar with that.
It's not even that old, but you need to watch that. I'm going to show you a clip of that.
Okay.
And this guy's a pretty tough guy. But, he kicks some butts, yeah. Yeah, everybody likes a little Kung Fu. You watch a little Kung Fu, pizza and Kung Fu.
Oh, yeah, pizza and Kung Fu. Yeah. Exactly.
I like that.
But stuff like that, the John Wick films, any good sci-fi stuff.
I like sci-fi.
You know
what I just saw?
Comedy.
Prometheus, the Alien prequel.
I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
I didn't see it yet.
But I didn't even know it existed. It's like from 2012. And I was like, what? That's from,
it was... the
Aliens. I was a big fan.
I like the original one.
I
thought the original was good. The second one was okay, and after that, they just stopped trying.
It was over.
They were just like, it was like Saw. They're just trying to cash in on the name.
Yeah, first one was good.
Saw was another one.
I'm
like, okay, this is very disturbing, but at the same time, these people all have it coming, so I really have no sympathy.
There was. I think it was Saw 4.
I'm not a nice person that way.
It might have been 3 or 4 or 5. One of them I
17
saw.
17 maybe.
It might have been.
Yes.
But at one point, I was in the theater. I had no idea what it was about other than it was another Saw movie. And I, at one point, had to turn away from looking just because it was so, not stupid or scary. It was just so disturbing and graphic.
Just for the sake of being
I was
disturbing
like,
and graphic. That was it. The first one really had a storyline to it. There was a
freaky
reason that this was being done.
Right. Yeah.
These were punishments being handed out.
Yeah.
Which I am okay with.
You like punish. You're capital punish. You like capital punish? Here's an idea for a story, right? Take all the jails, right? All the guilty. None of the people that are wrongly accused and put away. Just the guilty. The ones that say, yep, I did it. Take them out in the yard, right? A couple grenades. Just say, all right.
I'm okay with that.
Last one standing.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You like that?
Now, see, I always thought that stupid show on TV, Survivor, they did it wrong.
I like Survivor.
That's how you do it.
That is how
you take
one,
these people,
one guy comes back.
You drop them off on an island,
Yeah.
and you just, you have observation of,
See what
of
happens.
what's going on. And
People turn to animals.
That's right.
That's right, yeah.
But capital punishment...
That's a touchy subject.
Well, there is, but I don't care. I have, it's like
Well,
everyone
you're
has their opinions, and you're allowed to have your opinions.
Yeah.
I go back and forth on it for a couple of different reasons. Number one, make absolutely sure that we have the right person.
Well, this is assuming 100% wrong person. I mean, right person.
Right person, yeah.
Wrong thing.
Then I don't have a problem with it. I would kind of leave that up to the family of the surviving family of the victim. What do you want to see happen? Some of them are like me. All I need is 5 minutes in hit with him with a baseball bat, and I'll knock on the door when I'm done, and I'm okay with that too. It's whatever the family wants. If the family goes, no, we just want to see him rot, that's fine too.
Yeah. I mean, is that equal punishment? Do you think that is rotting away?
My problem with that is this guy or girl, because
or whatever
or whatever. Although I don't think there are too many of those yet, but I'm sure there are a couple. Anyway, I mean, in there, they got their own stuff to deal with. They're too busy being mass murderers.
Little thing called
and most of them
murder.
are much nicer people anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. They're much nicer than normal people a lot of times. But anyway, my problem with that is why do we have to pay to keep them alive?
That's what I'm saying. Clear it out. Think all the money you'll save.
Well,
how much does it cost?
Oh, it costs a lot. But
What
my theory or my idea, and some people cringe at this, like they cringe at a Saw movie, or they cringe at any of these. It's like, well, these people should really give back to society. I'm like, we could do this.
What do you want them to give back?
You take them.
Yeah.
You put them in a little cell.
Okay.
Like veal.
Like what?
Veal.
Okay.
That's sad, and I do agree with that. But you keep them. I mean, you can give them plenty of exercise, stuff like that, to keep them healthy.
Right.
But you absolutely, positively isolate them so they cannot get any drugs, cigarettes, booze, anything like that.
Right.
And you get their blood type and DNA, and you put it on file. And the minute some poor kid or somebody needs an organ, and they happen to be a match.
Live harvest. Wow, I never thought of that.
Now,
if that happens on the black market every day.
If it's a kidney, make it work. Make it work for you. Give back to society. You're going to literally give back to society. We need a kidney. Come on.
Yeah,
we need a couple corneas. Well, you're not going anywhere in this cell. You don't need to see anything anymore.
Wow, I never thought of that.
All right. We need a heart. Okay. Well, now
we don't need you anymore. Yeah.
Well, and then you just harvest the rest of them and make as many
live
matches
harvest
as you can.
That's an interesting theory. Live harvest.
And I guess for anybody out there listening, don't turn
it might work.
Don't turn us off. I know it sounds like it's cruel and it's nasty, but
does it have benefit?
Isn't what they did cruel and nasty? Yeah. And if you can literally, they killed people.
Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Right.
But if you can now make them save people.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I find there's justice in that, and
I've never heard that.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, that's
no one's ever, to my knowledge, I'm the first person to come up with that, or at least the first person that says it out loud.
We should patent that.
Maybe there's some other people.
And we'll get some investors.
I don't know if
and
wouldn't it be funny if like all of a sudden that's how we start making real money?
That's it. Say, hey, I have an idea. I bought an island, and we're gonna ever see Dr. Moreau?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a classic.
Tests. Yeah.
That's the Well, yeah. I mean, not experimentation. That's wrong.
Well, you experiment with this harvesting.
I wouldn't do that on unlike Dr. Fauci. I wouldn't do that on dogs.
Yeah, well,
he's
another.
But he's one I would do it on.
Yeah.
Because of what he did.
Yeah.
Him, I would experiment on.
Yeah.
Not too many experiments before he just goes over the edge and flat lines because, look at his age. Yeah. But, and I don't think his health is as good as it should be with somebody in his position. But again, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. That's a good, you know what? I like your harvest idea. It actually has merit.
It does have merit because you're literally making them atone for their for their sins.
Yeah.
The only thing is when you need one of the more major organs. I mean, you can live without a lung. On one lung, you can live without one. You can take a part of the liver, and the liver will regenerate.
Right.
Eyes, you don't need eyes to live. I mean, obviously, okay. Right. When you need one of the more major organs or one of the more vital organs, then obviously we can't use lethal injection because that poisons everything that you need.
Right.
And to me, then the best thing, and again, that's the other thing. Now, how are you going to humanely?
Yeah. Well, you have to do it quietly.
It's
quiet humanely.
Well, you could,
the general public has to not know the specifics of the operation.
That's true, but you have to do it quickly and humanely as to not damage what the pieces and things you're trying to get. It's got to be quick and not. Right. And there's only really a couple ways for that. Yeah. It's either
so you're saying
basically one in the back of the head real quick, or like the French used to do, dink, something quick and
like the piss boy.
I mean, I do right. Yes, from History of the World. Another good movie.
Yeah, great movie.
But it would have to be something that would be quick and relatively humane. I mean, I'm not really for. Well, I am for torturing. Some people need it, but that's. But in this case, since you're already getting something back from them, then there's no reason to be cruel about it either.
Gotcha.
See, I do have a conscience and a heart.
Jiminy Cricket.
Just keep them put away. I only bring them out. I only bring out the conscience on
certain occasions
when I absolutely need it.
I understand.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Like now, exactly.
A conscience whip.
Right.
Yeah. That's good. It's a good theory. I mean, I would have to look at the cost.
No one's ever said anything like that. No one.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
No.
And you even you studied law and everything. So.
Yeah. Well, nobody's come up and been like, hey, what's a good idea? let's keep these guys alive.
Well, there you go. Because, there's my running platform. If I do.
There you go. You should run. That's it. Madman for council.
No, hell no.
For mayor.
No.
Governor.
No.
No.
Right. No. Supreme Overlord. Okay, maybe.
All right. Well, I vote for you. I'll make it official right now. If you run, I'm voting.
Supreme Leader. Supreme Leader Madman.
Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting take. Well, yeah, there's pros and cons, I'm sure. I'm sure if you're in the penal system now and you're locked up, you're probably opposed to that.
You think? They're probably opposed just to being locked up.
Yeah. Some people, that's all they know. That's all they know. They feel safe in there.
That's
institutionalized.
That's true. Some people start to adjust to it, and then that's all they know. And then when you, even the ones that, deserve a second chance out, but they get out and they don't know what to do.
Right.
Those people need some help.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like our vets coming back from service and from wars. Why can't we help them? The people that are deserving the help should get the help.
Agreed. Yep.
All right.
Yep. No, I agree, 100%. And that's where your money should go.
But
helping them.
This is just something that popped into my head about 20 years ago, actually.
Harvesting?
And I hate to call it harvesting.
Well,
what does that sound? I mean, it is.
It's like you're growing.
I mean, they call it harvesting when you donate your organ. I am an organ donor, by the way.
Yeah.
I've been for a long time. And I know basically when I go, they're going to cut out the
out.
good bits. Of course, at my age, there are not that many of them left. But you're welcome to whatever it is you think you can use.
Somebody might need an elbow. You never know. I got Madman elbow.
Maybe somebody needs a penis reduction surgery. You can use mine then.
Oh, jeez.
Because it doesn't get much smaller than that.
Yeah, it'd be a short operation. But wow. I don't know how we got into Madman's crotch when we're talking about the penal system, but here we are.
Because you said penal.
That's it.
Oh, you said penal? I thought you said penile.
No.
I'm
it's a little
sorry.
different.
See, I
have
to turn my headphones up a little bit. They weren't loud enough. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
That's an honest mistake. It's okay. I was watching this show on TV about Megalodon. I hate sharks, right?
Shark Week to me is the biggest.
I like watching. I love it.
No,
but you don't watch it?
I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care about sharks.
No, I'm terrified.
I'm terrified too.
I'm
Don't get me wrong. And they are little interesting with some of their behaviors, which they find is when someone tells me, "Oh, I didn't know that." But same thing. It's just there's just some things I'm like, I want to watch a thing about. No.
But some of it's interesting. Like they were saying the one was the size of, it was equivalent to the size of a school bus swimming. I mean, if you're swimming in the water and you see a school bus shark swim next to you.
You sure it just wasn't my sister?
Wow. Poor sister. I've never met your sister. Poor Madman's sister. She's sharkish.
That's right. Well,
oh boy. Older or younger? Older? Young?
Younger.
Oh, younger?
Younger. Yeah.
You guys don't get along. I'm
not, and it's not by my choice. I'm big on family. You know that.
Yeah.
But I'm big on family that wants to be family, and big on family that you can count on each other, which is what family's about.
True.
And that's very one-sided in this relationship.
Yeah. I don't give up hope. There's always hope.
I finally have.
No. Never give up. Never give up. Anyway, so
sharks. Never give up. Never surrender.
Never surrender.
What's that from?
One Ping Only.
No, that's a different movie.
Yeah.
That's a different one. One ping only, please.
Yeah, hard to believe he's gone 1 year. Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Nuts. Anyway, so I'm watching the shark show, right? And a school bus swimming next to you, can't take it. So I'm wondering how our listeners, because we get some feedback from listeners around the world, and some of these people, like my mother was born not in this country, right? And she moved to Australia at a young age, and they were actually taught to swim at the Great Barrier Reef. Like their gym class was ocean. So they went to the ocean, tons of sharks around. No way, man.
Yeah,
Nope. No.
Well, it depends on the shark. Some sharks leave you alone.
No, I would not take the chance on.
I know. Dude, you know what I'm more afraid of than the damn sharks?
Uh-oh.
There is a certain jellyfish in the world, which is prevalent down around Australia.
Yeah.
The whole thing is literally less than the size of your fingernail.
What? Really?
And you cannot see it usually. And if it stings you, you're probably going to die. And if you do, you're going to be in a very, very, very painful,
Really?
like 3 days to die death. And if you do survive it, most of the time you're wishing you don't until it's finally over. It's called the Irriganji jellyfish.
What if somebody pees on you?
There's nothing. They have nothing.
Really?
They have nothing.
Wow.
That can, they pump you basically full of like steroids and different drugs just to try and make you comfortable.
It? Oh, wow. All right, see, I'm not going to Australia. Well, that's a good thing that doesn't.
I'm more afraid of that than a damn shark.
Really? I never even heard of that. Tiny jellyfish.
But I don't have to worry about either one of them. You know why? Because I don't go in the ocean because I can't stand the feel of salt water anyway.
The feel of salt water?
Oh, that's gross.
What do you mean? This is water.
No.
No?
Oh. Fresh water and salt water, total different feeling, dude.
Really?
On my skin, totally different feeling. Salt water always feels like it's a little greasy. And it's not the Jersey Shore because I don't go to the Jersey Shore because, it's greasy. But
I think we should just
even the good beaches, like Myrtle Beach and Ocean City, Maryland. And
I'm ready to cut Jersey off of the map.
Saw
it right off. With their new leadership, they can go.
I said, Jersey can go screw themselves. And, oh, wait, they did. They reelected Murphy.
Yeah. Wow. I don't even know how that happened, but that's something we could talk about some other time.
I try. We try not to get into politics,
But that's a shocker.
that was
Everyone I know did nothing but complain about everything he did.
Yeah,
and then he wins.
But he won by like
it was narrow.
It was you can't win it by any less than he did.
But I mean, it still makes you wonder.
Don't.
All right, okay.
You do not want me going there.
All right, don't go there, bud.
Do not want me going there.
That makes some people wonder. not Madman, just some people. Just saying. Well, yeah, we don't need New Jersey. We'll get rid of that. All right, so let's go back to PD and Madman. Your go-to movie, sci-fi maybe.
Sci-fi definitely. Well, if it's not stupid, but yeah, I mean, Mandalorian stuff like that.
No, like series. Watch out.
Oh yeah, series stuff for sure.
Like if you're having date night, what's date night with Madman?
Date night movie is whatever we both say. Hey, I'd like to see that. Yeah, me too.
Cool. Nothing like.
Yeah, and it's not always something new. It's maybe something that one of us may have seen, but the other one hadn't. There's a couple I want her to see yet. She still hasn't seen Meet Joe Black.
Great movie.
Which is an old movie.
That's a great movie. Brad Pitt.
She does not like Brad Pitt. I'm like, trust me.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I didn't like Brad Pitt either, really, until I saw this movie, and I'm like,
it was actually a really good movie.
This was made for him, and he was perfect.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Sir Anthony Hopkins. That
great
movie
cast.
was so. I cried so.
That's a great movie.
That was a good date night movie because I was a puddle of freaking tears at the end of it. That was really well done. And I'd like to say it takes a lot to make me cry in a movie, but it really doesn't. I've always been very emotional.
Nothing wrong with that.
But and then she's had a couple where she saw it. It's like, come on, you'll like this. I'm like, oh yeah, I did like that. So. Date night movie doesn't necessarily have to be something new coming out with just something. Hey, we haven't seen this, or how would you like to see this?
Yeah.
Or
I know a lot of people
love comedies too.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people that their date night has to be some mushy, like romance.
Nah,
like,
I mean we've done that.
Yeah,
we've done that.
Yeah.
We saw the what was it called?
I don't know.
I forget the name of it. It was
Titanic?
like no, please. I think I was the only one that went into that theater when that opened up and actually knew the boat was going to sink. Everybody else seemed surprised at the end. I'm like, I could have told you that happened, dumbass. But anyway,
just a mushy one. Mushy. Titanic.
I just can't remember the name of it. It had to do with
the Notebook.
Is that the one with the time difference? There was one where letters in the mailbox, and then
maybe
the letters were, but then they were you put the letter in the mailbox, it disappeared, and it was another time in the same mailbox.
I forget.
And it was like a little cottage that was near the ocean or something. I seem to remember. I remember like little. I saw it a long time ago, and I'm like, oh my god, this was really good.
But that was good. Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it.
All right. Well, go see that.
I would if I knew what it was. No, I saw that one. I saw that one.
Oh, yeah. Don't see that.
But, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good.
The new James Bond movie, when it comes out, we're probably going to,
I never got into
see
those.
that.
I never got into
I used to read the books as a kid. In the
Were they
summertime, summertime, I'd go out and play, but then in the afternoon at about 3, 4 o'clock.
Theater.
No, it was like, by that time I'm done. I'm waterlogged from swimming in the pool, and it's time to come back inside. And I would sit in the living room while everyone else was still outside playing. I'd come in and I'd sit in a certain chair. The chair is still upstairs in my living room here now.
And read? Like read time?
And read, yeah.
I like read time.
And I used to like the James Bond books. I have reread the Sherlock Holmes collection
good
several times over my lifetime. And the funny thing is, by the time I'm ready to read it again, I've forgotten some of them, which is kind of neat.
Old stuff.
And Agatha Christie.
Love Agatha Christie.
And then There Were None is one of my all-time favorites.
Man. Were we talking about that here?
I don't think we did.
Oh, that's one of my
all-time. Yep.
Oh, yeah,
I read that there too.
Yeah. I used to have a cabin in the woods, Poconos, and we would go up there for at least one weekend a month, every every month we go up one weekend.
That's cool.
So I would go up
so
more.
you'd experience all the different seasons
Yeah.
and doing it that
And we
way
go up
too. That's
sometimes.
cool.
Sometimes it'd be a work weekend. You go up and just chop wood the entire weekend for the season coming up. So you could, because it had a wood burning stove inside. No, it had electric, and that was it. No bathroom, no nothing. It was just plain Jane. But we'd go up there, and some of the best times I had was just sitting up there in a chair, reading. It'd be raining outside, super peaceful, reading a book, and just get lost. It was swept away. Awesome.
I used to sit. The chair was situated in a corner near a window.
Yeah. You ever see Secret Window?
And
Ever see that?
Mom had big long sheer curtains on the window, and sometimes it would blow and billow out and like be smacking me in the face as I'm reading, with a nice breeze coming in. Oh yeah, I loved it. I really did. And this was me at 13, 14 years old, but I used to love to read.
Because you get transported away, man. People don't do that anymore.
No, they don't.
No.
No, they don't.
You were allowed to use your own imagination to go.
That's what I think. What helped me with my imagination. Mm-hmm. So it, helped me to come up with plans like the harvesting and stuff. No,
you know what you should do? Write a book. That's what you should do. And I could read about harvesting. Well, that's why we still enjoy Fireside. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
everyone likes that. Yeah. Well, everyone I know.
Yeah.
Go out there, hang out. This is a perfect time. Weather's changing.
Oh yeah,
right?
This is perfect time to outside with some either hot chocolate or some hot cider. I'm a big fan of the hot cider this time of year.
Yeah, I like cider. Yeah, it's gonna be, dude. Halloween's come and gone. Thanksgiving's gonna come here.
Once Halloween, it seems like October is the last long month.
Yeah,
in the year.
Speed demon,
because it's once you actually get to the Halloween day, it's like boom.
Yep.
Because then after that, every couple weeks something comes up.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not ready for it.
Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas.
Yep. Are you Jewish?
No.
Okay.
But I had a lot of. Not a lot. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say I had a lot of. I had a couple of really good, close Jewish friends.
Oh, yeah, me too. Sure.
And so I learned a lot of things that I thought were very interesting.
Yeah.
And one of them, the one parent is a Christian and the other parent's Jewish, and they used to get the best of both worlds.
Oh, Christmas and Hanukkah.
Yeah, which I always thought was just because it was kind of neat.
Yeah.
They had a menorah, they had a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
But they did all the spinning the dreidel and all the other stuff too. Yeah. And then come Christmas time, they celebrated Christmas.
That's good.
And I'm like, well, see how easy it is to do that if you're not being idiots about it.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to get along.
Yeah, well, that's another topic we could get.
Oh, that's one we could really go off on.
I mean, I know Jewish people that hate Jewish people. I know. Jeez. I mean, all right, let's not.
I got quite a few friends who are a bit meshuggah.
Yeah, me too. But
Good
great people.
Word.
Yeah, great people. Just like every other group of friends that I have, all great people, all different walks of life, all different backgrounds,
all different colors,
all different everything.
I mean, I was very fortunate the way I grew up, because of some experience I had when I was very young. I just learned to see people for who they were, and like I said, I was backstage doing backstage work as part of the theater group because my aunt was a big theater person, and she'd take me along because I'm like, yeah, what's this about? Looks like it could be fun. And I met a lot of neat people way before I found out what it was to be gay.
Right.
So then when I finally heard about it, and then I'd hear kids in school saying, "Oh, well, that's gay," or "He's gay," or and I say that to say, "Well, that's gay,"
yeah.
I mean, but when I hear them actually, like talking down, I'm like, "How many gay people do you know?"
Yeah.
Well, none, because they're gay. I don't want to be like, yeah. Do yourself a favor. Shut your mouth, or go meet a few people, because you're going to find out that they're really quite a bit of fun. and they're a lot more like you than you think.
Yeah.
And you have a lot more in common with them than you think.
Yeah.
They put their pants on one leg at a time. Sometimes it's just well, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's my sense of humor. I still do it, but whatever. Everything is funny to me. Everything
me too.
is funny.
I used to get in trouble
me.
for that because everybody would. Why are you never serious? I'm like, because it's more fun to me to joke about it than to be serious.
Yeah, and when it comes to harder things in life and even death, tragedy, stuff like that,
I crack jokes.
That's always been my coping mechanism.
Yeah,
was a sense of humor.
Yep.
You know, and I have put a lot of people off with that.
Yeah,
They're like,
too.
this is not the time for that. I'm like, this is the perfect time
this
for
is
that,
exactly
dude.
The time, yeah.
Because I love irony, and I see little.
Yeah,
well, you've been with me when somebody says something that's just like I pick right up on it, and nobody else saw that. I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm like, yes, I know, but that's just how my mind works.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No, I found out that there isn't.
No, there isn't.
Except where I work, they hate it.
Doesn't matter if they hate it.
They
There's nothing
hate
wrong with it. You know, that's how I deal with a lot of things all the time. And I would have not even just girlfriends or just good friends, family. Why are you joking about that? Well, because that's how I deal with it. So,
yeah,
you know, who cares how you deal with it? I don't care.
And I
deal with
think
it
that's one of the problems with people in society right now, and why there's so many problems is people forgot how to laugh.
Yeah.
People have such thin skins. They think that every little thing that is said is against them or to belittle them or this and that. No.
Yeah.
It's really, really not.
When I grew up, you got made fun of.
That was it. I got made. That's how. It was. had developmental problems when I was a kid. Okay, I really did for 2 or 3 years. I can't remember, and it was like third through into fifth grade. I really did ride the short bus. Okay, all right. I was picked on. I learned very early on how to defend myself because some people would take it more than just words.
For sure.
But B, to just grow a thick skin and come back with another line that would have them
right.
Feeling,
that's how I dealt with it.
They were the ones that ended up feeling like a victim when I was done with them.
Or I got out of a lot of things by making people laugh.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? In bad situations and just finding, a way to joke through. And all of a sudden, people would be like, maybe he's not so bad.
That's,
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So do that. So that's my advice.
That's my advice.
Joke.
Too.
Everybody have some fun.
Have some damn
fun. Stop being so serious.
Something that everybody is out to like insult you and get you. Yeah. It's like big. Okay, somebody says something and you take it as an insult. Come back at them.
Yeah, and guess what? Who cares what they think?
For example, if a black person is homophobic and makes some comments and you happen to be gay or you happen to be good friends with a gay person, feel like you need to jump in and defend them, by all means, by the way, go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Then you need to crack a joke about being black.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can't take it, you don't dish it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's all it is. But just remember, it's a joke. And yes, a lot of them are based on stereotypes. But you know what? They're stereotypes for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, but it's fun.
I mean,
just have fun.
Just to have fun.
I mean, don't hurt,
not a big deal.
You know, I'm not telling people to go hurt
out.
Feelings.
No, that's one thing I've never done. I've never gone out and I've never used my sense of humor to specifically hurt somebody.
Yeah, right.
That's not what it's about.
Right. Sometimes, you know what? I'm the only one that laughs. Even when I'm saying whatever, I don't care if anyone gets it.
Sometimes
I get it.
I'm walking through work and something happens that even has nothing to do with me, and I'll see it as I'm walking from one thing to another.
You start laughing.
And I'll come, and I talk to myself.
Yeah, I do that too.
I actually say mine out loud.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, I've never had any problem with that. And I'll say it, and all of a sudden I'll start laughing. Goes, oh my God, that was good. I actually literally made myself laugh. Yeah. I'm like, oh, wow,
I've done that, and funny. I've looked around to see if anyone caught that. Like, oh man, no one's here. It's just me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do that. But there's a group of people out there that, hope is a very dangerous thing. And like, if you can't laugh about things and you take things too serious, you start to lose hope and you start to lose focus and grip on reality. And I've had a lot of friends in the past year, last 2 years specifically, not be able to deal with hope, because there's no hope, and that's a very scary and very dangerous thing. So I want our audience to know that people at PSNORKIS, you reach out and you write any comment, whatever. If you feel there's no hope or you need help with something, we will direct you to get some help in some manner. Half the time we'll respond to you.
Yeah.
And get back, because whatever you're going through, believe me, you're not alone. Just remember that.
There's come on, it's 2021.
Yeah.
All right. And that's just since basically the quote, the year of our Lord.
Right.
All right. Humanity existed before that.
Right.
You think whatever you think you're going through, you think you're the only person that's ever gone through it. There's nothing new under the sun, sunshine. I got news for you. There isn't.
Yeah.
Somebody's gone through it before, and somebody's going to help you get through it.
Yeah. So that's my advice.
I've been in some really low places in my life with a lot of things. I really thought I was never going to make it. Everything kept going wrong for me. I'm like, I'm just not going to make it. It's not
peaks and valleys.
But I never got that low to that point, because myself, I always realized that, is this any worse than the last time I felt like this, back when this happened? And then, but then after that, this happened and this happened, and everything's going to change.
Yeah. Like I said, peaks and valleys.
We as a country, we had a great economy, and we had a lot of
here we are.
And now not so much. Guess what? Somewhere along the line, it's going to get good again. You just have to ride it out.
But do I laugh every time I'm spending $100 at the gas tank? Yeah, I got no choice. I got to laugh.
That's where my sense of humor really comes out. Yeah. And I say things that some people would probably take the wrong way.
Yeah.
Well, tough. That's up to you how you take it.
Yeah. Anyway, there's people out there. Don't think you're alone. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, call someone. Get some help.
Yeah, we'll help direct for sure. Anyway,
and for those that that do reach out, and that's great. Just be glad I'm not running it. Because
you'll wind up in a 6x8 cell.
I'd be the one that's like, again, here it is. This is just my sense of humor. All right. And it's like, suicide prevention hotline. Please hold.
Yeah.
And then the whole music would be "Don't Fear the Reaper."
It's terrible.
But I know, I'm horrible. I told you.
It's terrible.
This is just what goes through my mind. It's like something funny.
Gotta love it. Anyway, let's lighten it up a little, huh?
I thought I just did with my joke.
Yeah, you did.
That's why I said that, because it was getting too deep for me.
Yeah. Well, it's a serious topic. I mean, there's
a serious topic.
There's so many. I lost a lot of friends it's no secret, and you're going to hear my story coming out pretty soon on this show. But I went through a lot too, and the last 2 years have been pretty difficult, especially for my friend. I lost a lot of friends.
I know you have.
We'll get into that, yeah. But I think
that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a show where everybody gets to tell their story.
Yeah, everybody wants to know. Everybody has a story. And everything that we are exactly where we are now because of choices we've made, experiences we've done.
Yep.
And here we are. Here we are in Thailand. Here we are in Germany. Right? Here we are in UK.
Yep.
And
even Scotland, which is one of my favorite places,
Yeah. Think about, how long ago.
The sheep love us over there.
They love you.
And I love them back.
One in every crowd here. Just say.
Usually.
You ever see Rob Roy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that a long time ago. I think that's when I first...
That was actually Liam Neeson.
Yeah, that's when I first started...
That was actually Irish, but that's okay.
I think that's when I started liking him.
Yeah.
And then he started to become awesome.
But then he got all political, and it's like, now I just want to kick him in the...
I just want to watch him on
the
TV.
sack.
Yeah, and then...
I just want to kick him right in the sack of Jawea.
Yeah. Sometimes that's good. That's therapeutic.
Some people really need it. Some people can really benefit from it.
Yeah. I mean, so I remember growing up, that's what we did. We beat each other up. You got beat up, and then the next day you beat up again, or you beat somebody up, and then you learned. You learned how to fight. You know,
we used to have like the old playground fights, you know, and stuff like that. And when it was over, everybody went and got ice cream together. You know, what the hell?
Like,
you know,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, was this your tooth or mine? Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. Neither one's going back in anyway.
Yeah. Speaking
Just
of
pick
tooth,
one.
I broke a tooth today.
Oh, dude, no. With everything else you're going
with
with
everything
your back
else,
and stuff,
I put a lifesaver in my mouth, right? And I was like, you know, I'm chewing it up, and I'm like, wow, this one piece is super hard. I can't. I'm trying to break it.
It was a piece of tooth.
Yeah. That's like the third time that's happened to me. It's ridiculous. Yeah, summer teeth. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding, man. What a day this has been. You know, I'm fighting everything else going on. Anyway, stay healthy. When you become my age,
you're
our age. I'm only 28. So when you're 27, take care of yourself. So when you're 28,
you too.
Yeah. Hey, you never even put on our. See,
there you go.
See, the mind is the first thing that goes. See,
actually, mine was the second. The first, well, never mind.
We heard about it. There we go. See, now we're official. Now we're on. Well, now we might be broadcasting. Could be. I don't know. But you know what? I'm starting to like our panel that we have around the table. We're starting to switch it up a little bit.
What do you think? Everybody that I have chosen as regulars, I did because, well, first of all, we've gotten along before, because the idea for this podcast came about 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while.
Was the idea, because one night we were just sitting. Our group was sitting around after one of my Christmas parties, or maybe one of my summer parties. One or the other.
Summer party.
There might have been a summer party, but anyway, and everyone else had gone, and it's just our little core group, and we were just sitting there. It was like already 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
and we're just talking and laughing and just having a good time. And some of the things we were saying were actually like, pretty man, good. We should be recording some of this stuff because it's really good.
You know what it reminds me of? When we sit around before we start recording, that type of conversation.
You know what?
That's what was going on.
I think after this past Saturday when we did the full group, and I'm like, you know what? As soon as we sit down, we put them on, because first thing I do is I won't put your headphones on. Let me get the mic levels.
Yeah.
And everything, because not
everyone's relaxed and everyone's
right,
just having
and
a
not
good
only
time.
that, but some of you guys have bad mic habits because you didn't. I was in the industry. I know how to stay on the mic even when I turn my head to talk to somebody. You guys turn your head like this, and all of a sudden people can't hear you. You know,
like you're running down a tunnel.
So what I have to do is I always have to adjust the mic just to make sure. You know, but you guys are getting much better too, by the way. Yeah. And we're just talking before we start rolling, and some of the stuff we come up with, like, from now on, as soon as we sit down, I'm just gonna hit, because we can always edit out what we can't use.
Oh, I started a file of special
behind the scenes stuff. Some of that stuff. Like this past Saturday was just
this was a good one.
Funny.
Yeah. I'm just like, and every time we do it, we're like, push record.
Push record. Yeah.
You gotta put this down.
I'm just gonna have to do it
and not say anything. That's all on you.
And you, as long as you see this little light here on the board,
I'll know.
That means that it's going to the card. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff. We have a good mix, and I like we can interchange some people here and there.
It's not. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's good, and all the different things that we do. You know, the things that I've done, the things that I'm doing now, the things that Rebel does. Now that Rocket's been able to join us, it's like you'll find out that, like I said, we've known each other for 48 years. We've been friends. And you'll find that
that's a terrible thing to do to somebody. That was a terrible thing to do.
Thing, yeah. Well, we didn't have a choice. We lived next to each other when we were kids. But
poor girl. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good things. I like that. So we'll keep when we interchange. I think it was a pretty good flow here.
And we all know some interesting people to have on as guests too.
Yeah.
You know, we already had your friend Pastor Eric.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. That was a very good show.
Yeah.
Rocket's got some people she wants to bring on when we start talking about some of the other
we still have
more paranormal stuff, which we're going to get into also, because I like a lot of different things.
We still have more flat earthers to call.
Yeah.
We have official flat earthers.
Yeah, that's going to be someone who actually really does believe it.
That is hardcore.
Someone who's hardcore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, let me at her.
Yeah. And we also have your friend and mine, BJ from the Loop.
BJ from the
He's
Loop.
On
Eventually get him. When we do, we have to have Rebel's got to be here for that.
Yeah.
She's the one that really got that whole thing going.
Poor Rebel. Rebel's turned into a monster. But you know what? That's the way it is. It's good to have on the panel, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know. But,
and then my wife Petey, Petey's
awesome.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
But she's got her own little side cast that she does where all her stuff is like paranormal stories and stuff like that.
Our audience wants to hear that stuff.
But
they want to hear that.
I want to get into it, but
they want to hear her stuff too. I think she should plug it here.
My thing is, I want to do it because I find it very interesting. I find that stuff and UFOs and the other things, Bigfoot, stuff like that. I find that stuff all interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do some of it too. My only thing why we haven't yet is I want to do it the right way. Because I take it seriously, and I want people to know we're not making, even though I'll make my occasional joke because that's what I do, as we just talked about. But I do take it seriously. We are going to take it seriously. But there are so many good podcasts out there that's their topic.
Right.
I don't want to take away from any of them, and I don't want to compete with them, but I want to be able to touch on it too.
Yeah.
I want to be able to, that's why I say I like to do a lot of different things.
Yeah. We're not going to touch. I mean, we're not going to compare it to them. We're just going to talk about it and be fun. Yeah. I don't want to take anything from them. But PD does her own show.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we should.
Yep.
We'll see.
I turned her into a little podcasting monster.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of teaching her how to use the equipment, and now I come down here to do a little, to record a quick little spot or something like that, and it's like, wait, my settings have all changed. It's like, it's like, wait, my mic is the chair.
Yeah. PD's got her own following. It's awesome.
Yeah,
man, it's good.
Yeah.
So I think we should plug that too. And like I said, we're going to get into some backstories here.
And we talked about some of the different experiences some of us had, and I finally told you mine off the air.
For our listening audience, I did get that story I've been waiting,
and now you know why I really don't want to.
And
it'll be a while, and one day maybe I will do it because it's long.
He told it to me.
In order to tell the right way, I can't shorten that story. I cannot make that long story short because it happened over so long. It happened over like 4 years.
Yeah. I heard it on
and it just kept
Halloween
getting worse
Eve.
and worse and worse.
Yeah. One day, if you want to go there, we'll go there. But now a lot of things I get it.
Now you get it about me. Why?
Yeah. Well, not all of it.
Yeah.
I don't get all of you because you're a complex man.
That's why I don't like. Something's got to be going.
Yeah.
In the house when I'm home, a TV has to be on.
No, I hear you.
Or something. I don't do well with total silence because I always hear something that may not even be there.
Yeah. No.
Because my mind.
Well, you have PTSD. We talked about that.
I do. I really do.
I think you do.
And
too.
I'm not belittling anybody with PTSD that has it from battle and stuff like that.
No, that was a severe
that
experience that you've gone through, and for sure. Well, one day if you want to talk about it more, we will. We'll for sure.
We can't. Well, I may not tell the entire story because, like I said, it takes almost a half hour to 40 minutes to tell it properly.
Yeah.
To really put people right where I was, and so they know exactly what it is, but. We can do little excerpts from it, and when alluding to some other things when we start talking about the oogie woogie stuff.
Oogie woogie. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting stuff. That's for sure. Yeah. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect
Now, I've
that.
had a lot of good things that have happened that are unexplainable too, or some things that are just there, not good, not bad.
Just there.
But yeah,
That was different. Yeah, that was.
I'd trade all of the good to not have had to go through the bad.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, I did get to dance around the rim of that story a little bit.
Oh, they're only everybody here in our group knows it.
They do?
I think you were the last one. Because
I'm always last.
Well, the thing is, you and I never talked about that stuff
never.
in the years we've known each other. I don't know when Rebel found out. Rocket has known it for many years because it happened even before. This is so long. This happened before. We've known each other 48 years.
Right.
This happened like 49 plus ago.
Oh, wow.
Like 49, 50, 51, 52 years ago. For 4 years before I moved to where I did next door to her.
Gotcha.
So somewhere along the line, we were talking about stuff, and I told her.
Gotcha.
You know.
Well, they've all had experienced something like that. Not to your extent.
Not to my.
No,
well,
but
and not
from what they say. I haven't heard their.
I mean, everyone's had like other stuff, but nobody had anything like.
Not like you, no.
Nope, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody except, maybe the people we're going to harvest later on.
Yeah, that was harvesting. But yeah, I did get to hear the story, so I do appreciate you sharing that with me. That was.
I think I can count on, well, because of this group, but I can count on two hands how many people who are still around.
You told that too?
Know that.
Yeah.
My aunt, who you met, and she passed away in 2016. She never realized, even as I was growing up, exactly what was going on. She knew something was wrong, and I told her stuff, but I don't think she really listened to it because I was a kid at the time, and it was only about she's been gone for 5 years, so it was within the last 5 years before, so it was in the last 10 years, and we were sitting around the table, Thanksgiving, and it was just her and Petey and I and my mom, and we were sitting around, and somehow the conversation got about that particular house that we lived in. Yeah. And whenever we talked about who
she knew your aunt.
Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
But she didn't know what was.
Oh yeah.
Exactly what was going on because she didn't. At that point, she was about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from where she lived here, gotcha. And then we lived out there, and she knew that sometimes if I heard something I didn't know what it was at night, something like that, I'd be panicky as a little kid, but she never really knew why. Although I thought she, but it got turned around. Talking about that particular house,
yeah.
And whenever somebody mentioned that in my family about when we lived there in Jackson, it was always I always tend to like look down or look. I stop looking at the people that are talking about it. It's almost like I don't want to make eye. I don't want to. I shy. I shy is basically what it is. I shy, and it's subconscious. I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then that almost invariably.
That's a trauma trait.
And that's what I'm being told. I'm finding out more now that I really was quote unquote traumatized because I never liked doing the label thing with stuff like that. And there are some people that really are traumatized. And then what I went through, I'm like, no, I was just scared. But I guess really I was traumatized. And then that immediately, almost invariably, is like, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, it's the family. And I think you guys have all heard the story before. And I told her, my aunt said, I never knew that's what would happen. I'm like, she goes, no wonder you were so, so scared so many times. Stuff like that. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Some real stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Now I know I've piqued everybody's interest, which is good.
That's good.
Keep tuning in. You may find out more about it, but be careful what I'm telling you right now. Be careful what you wish for, because,
boogie.
I said, there's some things that everyone goes, oh, well, so you can sense this sometimes, or you can do that. I'm like, that's so cool. I'm like,
not so cool.
No. Like I said, all the good, and I've had some really good experiences. I really have some that have just like almost changed my life for the better. It's just like very positive and very. You feel like this is definitely a good thing, and I'd trade I think I'd trade all of them just to have not had
the other one.
That one.
Yeah, no,
and I've had other little bad experiences with this and that and the other thing, but nothing
like
compared to this that was ongoing for 4 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, careful what you wish for, because
stay tuned. We will get into that at some point when we do Oogie Boogie.
I hope I sleep tonight. I actually will. I was lucky. I told you that the other night, and I slept fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would tell that story, and then for the next couple of days, I'd have crap dreams that would just like be.
Those are the worst. Crap dreams. those are the worst.
The worst than the pee dreams. Yeah. Now, then there's some other dreams that aren't quite so bad, but they make an equal amount of mess.
Oh, boy. Why? Whatever do you mean?
But at my age, that hasn't happened in a very long time and is not likely to anymore.
Happens to me. I'm 28. So.
I hate you.
I know.
I do hate you.
Nice seeing everybody. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the PSNORKIS. If you just tuned in or you just came across us and you wonder, how can I find this again? PSNORKIS is spelled PSNORKIS. Look it up and you'll be directed to it. That's why I made up the word, because nothing else is like it.
Go to legacybrewing.shop. Check out those wildlife mugs.
Yes. And
get some coffee.
Dude, we have got to get some PSNORKIS merchandise stuff
we're waiting
on there.
That's all on port out in California.
I know that there was a couple things that have been ordered that are not here yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
See you soon.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Take care. Be good. Like I said, be good to each other. Grow a thick skin, man. Realize that not everybody's out to hurt you just because they said something that you may not agree with. It's America, at least for now. Make sure you enjoy having your own opinion, but respect everybody else's too. Be good. We'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye now.